Hi, and welcome to Prepping Essentials.
Well, it's Tuesday night, just calling in on the way home from work, just to check on the chickens and make sure that the watering in the polytunnel in the garden room is okay. So, chickens have been good, left me some eggs. So, how many have we got? 4 there. None. Oh, lazy birds, only 4 today. If you're wondering what I do with all these eggs, apart from give them away to family and friends, it's not just the normal scrambled egg, boiled egg, fried egg. I do lots of other things with them as well. So how about cooking up a quiche tonight with some of the tinned meat from my long-term stores? Tinned meat quiche? Let's have a look. Okay, so first things first, making the quiche is organise our pastry. I've got 2 1/4 cups or 280 grams of flour. I've got 170 grams of butter which I've just cubed up. That's straight out the fridge, so it's nice and cold. I've got between 4 and 6 tablespoons of just plain cold tap water in there. And then I've got a teaspoon of salt. So all of this needs to go into our food processor. This will make life easier, so I'm not getting it everywhere. Pop the flour in. Just spread that around. Then we've got our cubed butter. Just pop that in there. Throw in the salt. Pop on the lid. And all we're going to do is pulse this until it starts to form breadcrumbs. And that's literally it. I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not, but it's just lightly crumbed. So, next step. Start to add our water. Just nice and slowly. Take your time. A little tiny bit more, I think. And that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for that to start to blend together. And that's made its own little ball. So we'll just turn this out onto a little tray. Just be careful with the blades on this, it's so sharp, it's not funny. And I have fallen foul of that before. So let me just get my hands cold. Just run them under the tap. hard to do this with warm hands. It's amazing how quickly all of the cooking accoutrements start to build up. Now I'm not going to mess with this really. All I'm going to do is pop it into like a disc kind of shape. And then I'm going to cover it in some cling film. This is another thing that always creates problems when you're doing these videos. Finding the end of the cling film. There we go. So all we're going to do literally is pop this onto some cling film. And it's going to go into the fridge. You'd normally say about half an hour, but you can leave it in there pretty much as long as you want. That's it. That's our pastry for the bottom of the quiche. I'll get that in the fridge and it can cool down. Well, while the pastry is cooling down in the fridge, I'm just going to take the chance to prep everything else, the filling. Start off with this pie dish, just grease the outside, a bit of butter. I'm kind of doubling up here on my security against it sticking. I've got some baking parchment or paper as well, which I'll use just to line the dish. Okay, so that's that done. Pop the butter back in the fridge. Okay, there's the tray ready. Hopefully that'll do its job, just help out a little bit. So we've got 4 eggs, we've got 150 ml of milk and a can of chopped pork with ham. So let's get the bowl, crack the eggs. There's always one piece of eggshell which will fall in the dish. As yet we haven't, but I'm sure it's only a matter of time. Perhaps not. Whisk those up. If you want any salt and pepper, now's your chance. Add the milk. Continue whisking. Talk amongst yourselves while I'm doing this. The oven's on. It's 170 in a fan oven, 190 if it's not fan assisted. And I think we're about there with that. So, save that for later. This is one of those nice ones with a key. As always with these, I speak from experience. Please be very, very careful once you've opened this can, because the edges are so sharp. It will slice right through to the bone if you get it wrong. So just please be careful. Just squash the sides, just helps it to pop out. There we go. If you're in the habit of squashing stuff down in your bin, just bear in mind you've got that can in there, so don't be squashing down. Okay, we're going to make little chunks out of this. Probably a bit much here for this recipe. It's only a small dish. So I'm tempted to serve some of that for later. Yeah. Probably going to use half a can for this. But that's okay, because I can have sandwiches with the rest of it. Yeah, it's about half a can. Don't think you need any more than that. So I'll just pop the rest in a bit of cling film. Pop that in the fridge for later. So, egg and milk, ham. I'll give that a whisk before. Now, the pastry. I need to spin round. I can't do pastry on here. Regular viewers will know this is not a treated wood surface. If I start putting pastry on here, it's going to wreck the top. So, I'll spin the camera around. I'll do it as usual on the hob. 2 seconds, I'll be back. Okay. There's our pastry. It is solid actually. There we go. So all we're doing, simply rolling this out. Just keep swizzling it around. could have done with taking this out of the fridge and letting it just warm us slightly. But not to worry. Try and keep the circular shape while we're doing this. And it's starting to warm up now. Just check the size. It's actually not too bad, and it's about even in terms of thickness. Maybe just slightly. Got to think about running up the side of the dish. It's not just the circle. But I think we're about there. Yeah. Okay, let's do this. Just gently lift and drop it in. Make sure it's into the bottom of the dish, tray, pan, whatever you want to call it. And then just fold it over the edge of the pan. This will just help to trim it off as well. Just roll that top edge over. And hopefully that'll help stop it from sticking. Okay, save that for something else later. So all we need to do is just slightly prick the bottom side. You're not going all the way through the pastry. So there's our dish. I'll just quickly tidy up, spin the camera around, put the filling in, and we're ready to go in the oven. Okay. I made use of that little bit of extra pastry that I had left over and just made 4 little tarts. So here we go. Pop that in there, I think, to make it a little bit easier to use. Just bear with me a second. That's better. Okay, let's go for it. So just put a little bit in the bottom first, and then we'll see how much meat we can get in these. There's quite a lot actually, but I have got some to go in here as well, so let's do that. And see where we are. Okay. This is just a bit of nonsense, this little tart thing. I just thought while I was doing this, I may as well use the bit of pastry that was left over. So there we go. That's all the meat in. Top it up. And they're about there actually. Okay. So, as I said, the oven is already on. It's to temperature 170 fan oven, 190 if it's not. I'm going to pop these into the oven. If I can do that without spilling. And we'll come back in 30 minutes and see how it's looking. Okay. I'll come back to you shortly. Okay, we've been just over 30 minutes, so let's take a little look. Just turn this off. She's a bit warm in there. We'll pull out the little babies first. My bit of silliness. And there's the main one. Now, can you actually see that on camera? Let's shuffle them around a little bit. There we go, is that better? Yes, that's better. So we've got our babies and we've got the big one. So I'll just let those cool down a little bit. And then I'll show you the finished result shortly. Well, there we go. Pulled them out of the dishes. Just let them cool down. Bear in mind if you do this, then there will be more filling in the big quiche. Obviously, I've lost some because I made these little babies. But I just couldn't help myself. Let's take a little look inside and see. They're a bit warm still for this, but hey, I'm actually keen to tuck into one. So there we go. Lots of eggy bits. Oh, that is hot. Perhaps err on the side of caution there. Break it down a little bit. Mmm. Very nice. cooking with your preps. Egg and tinned meat quiche. Bon appetit.
Well, that's it for this video. I hope there was something in there that was of interest to you. If you did like the video, please do click on the like button. Also feel free to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. As always, I welcome any comments, questions or suggestions you might have. What are you cooking with your preps? Do you have any recipes you'd like to share with me or anybody else that watches the video? Let us know in the comments section below. But for now, thanks for watching and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.